What listing photos don't tell Arizona home buyers. You find a house online that looks great, the kitchen is updated, the backyard looks good, the price seems reasonable, and according to the listing, it's only been on the market for a couple of weeks. But before you decide what that house is worth or what you should offer, there's another side of the listing you probably aren't seeing. We call it the West Valley Listing History Test. Because listing photos can show you the house, they don't necessarily show you the story behind the house. One of the first things we look at when a property becomes a serious contender is its complete listing history. Has it been listed before? Has it, or was it canceled or relisted? Has it been under contract and come back on the market? Has the seller already made several price reductions? None of those things automatically mean there's something wrong with the property, but they can change the way we look at the negotiation. Days on market is a good example. Here in Arizona, AR, MLS, or ARMList track both agent days on market and cumulative days on market. Depending on the property's history, the number buyers see today may not tell the entire story of how long that home has actually been exposed to the market. So instead of asking, how many days has it been listed? We want to ask, what has happened since the seller first tried to sell it? Then we look at price changes. Imagine a Buckeye home starting at $575,000, dropped to $559,000, then $549,000, and now $535,000. That's very different from another offer entering the market at $535,000 for the first time. The price history can help us understand where buyers have already rejected the property and how responsive the seller has been to the market. We also want to know whether the house was previously under contract. Again, that doesn't automatically mean a bad inspection. Deals fall apart because of financing, appraisals, contingencies, timing, buyer decisions, solar issues, HOA concerns, and plenty of other reasons. The goal is simply to learn whatever we legitimately can before becoming the next buyer under contract. And then we go beyond the listing history itself. If you're buying in Goodyear, Buckeye, Litchfield Park, Surprise, or elsewhere in the West Valley, things like the lot configuration can matter enormously. A large lot isn't necessarily a usable lot. If you want RV parking, a future casita, a workshop, extra parking, or a pool, we need to look at access, easements, drainage, utilities, HOA restrictions, and how the lot is actually laid out. Solar deserves the same kind of investigation. Is it owned, financed, leased? Is there a power purchase agreement? Does something have to be assumed or paid off? Solar on the listing sheet doesn't answer those questions. And finally, we compare the house with what else your money can buy. If you're considering $500,000 resale in Goodyear, what are the alternatives nearby? What does that same budget buy in Buckeye? Is a builder offering incentives? Can another home give you a better lot, newer HVAC, a pool, or a 3-car garage? That competition matters when deciding what an offer should look like. The point of the listing history test isn't to find a reason not to buy the home. It's to understand what are you actually buying before you negotiate for it. If you want the complete checklist, including the listing history, price reductions, taxes, solar, HOA questions, lot usability, and competition, I put together in a full article on downsre.com. If you're considering a home elsewhere or anywhere in the West Valley and want us to look behind the listing for you, call or text Tim and Stephanie Downs at Downs RE Legacy Team at West USA at 623-624-8275. Or you can reach Tim by email at tim@downsre.com. Because the photos may not get through the front door, the history can help you decide what happens next.